Hello, Muster 006. We're back for part 14 of Celeste. Last time I finished up the last two chapters on the B-side, so chapters 7 and 8. Those two are definitely the most tricky of the lot, I would say. So, yeah, to have both done, about half an hour spent on each one, but yeah, an hour total or so. But yeah, those are, I think, quite tricky. And yeah, glad to have them done and out of the way. So, like I said at the end of last time, that leaves us pretty much with just the C-sides left, although there is one thing I want to do before we get into the C-sides, ultimately so that chapter 8 C-sides ends up being the last thing. So, let's go do that first off the bat. So, yes, let us go back to the Forsaken City, chapter 1's A-side, and I will attempt, at least, to get the golden strawberry. So, as I discussed, I'm only going to get this one on chapter 1 A-side because I just don't have the skill or the patience really to do anything else. But yeah, basically the golden strawberries, as I mentioned, is you have to clear the level without a death. So actually, I could demonstrate here because I feel like it's actually worth pointing out. So I'm going to deliberately die here, and I've collected the golden strawberry. So what I like about this is actually if you collect the golden strawberry and you die, you actually get sent back to the beginning of the stage. It's like the game recognises, okay, you're clearly going for the golden strawberry achievement, getting through the level without dying. So instead of like it would do normally if I was just playing this without collecting, the game obviously saves your progress on a particular screen, so you don't have to restart the whole level again. But I like on the for the golden strawberry when you've collected the golden strawberry, yeah, the game's obviously clearly recognised. Oh, you're going for the golden strawberry achievement. I tell you what, will be really helpful and make you not have to restart from the beginning all over again. We'll reset you back to the beginning, and yeah, that's very helpful. I'm glad the game actually does that. Yeah, as I said, I wouldn't say. I mean, stage 1 A side is I was going to say by far the easiest one to get through without dying. I mean, it's not the shortest one, so pretty much any of the C sides are going to be shorter than this. You only have to get through 3 screens after all in the C-sides, or most of the C-sides anyway. But yeah, we obviously got a fair few screens here, but clearly the difficulty on this one is gonna be, at its easiest. So yeah, that's the one we're going for. Oh my goodness me, I nearly messed up horribly there and careened into the spikes there in about 2 different ways. That was way closer than I would have liked to have been there. That was that was not good. Almost made a mess of that. I should also point out, although I say I'm not going to do it, that because I've got 175 strawberries at the moment. There are 24 potential levels in which I could get a golden strawberry. So the A, B, and C sides for all 8 chapters. So that would be 175 plus 24 to take us to 199. But there are 200 strawberries in the game. So yeah, there is one additional one that you get for clearing chapter 1 A side. So the level I'm playing now. Without dashing. So yeah, not going to do that. It is. We're not going to see it here because I've there's my golden strawberry. I think that was pretty much the first go. I'm not counting the death I deliberately took to show off the mechanic for the golden strawberry reset. That was deliberate. That aside, yeah, I think that was first go. So yeah, pretty straightforward to get the golden strawberry on chapter 1's A side. As I say, it's not here, but if you do manage to get through chapter 1 the entirety of the way through, I suppose I could just finish off the stage now, couldn't I? Might as well. And have it register as completing the stage again. So let's skip that cutscene and we'll just have the stage register as complete. Unfortunately, my death counter now will go up to, I think it's 8 now. I think I had 7 when I was first doing a stage, so my death counter's now gone up to 8. Oh, of course, the strawberries. Yeah, of course, they registered the strawberry as well. But yeah, you didn't see it there because I've obviously dashed while getting through that. The one good thing about the dashless strawberry or dashless golden strawberry on stage 1 A side is that you can die as many times as you like. So obviously, don't collect the golden strawberry, but you can die as many times as you like, as long as you don't dash at any point through the level. Then you'll be fine. But as I say, some of the movements and things that you have to pull off in order to get that are ridiculous. I've obviously seen it being done by others, and yeah, that again is just some ridiculously precise movements and skills to be able to pull that off. So. No, thank you. If I felt like it was the only thing left and I could get all the other golden strawberries, I was like 199 out of 200. Yes, sure, I would probably slave away at that for however long it took to complete. But since I've got no plans whatsoever to get the other 23 that I couldn't get I don't see the point in trying in causing myself unnecessary frustration and and depression by trying to clear that achievement. No, thank you. So yeah, there is my golden strawberry. That is my 176 one, and that is all the strawberries I will be collecting. And as I say, yeah, I thought I'd show that off first before we start tackling the seasides. That way I can finish off on Chapter 8 Seaside rather than collecting the golden strawberry. Not that that's still not an awesome thing to be able to pull off, if rather easy. But yeah, anyway, time to kick off the seasides. I have no illusions about how long these are going to take. I'm just going to keep going. We'll see basically what the time counter is as at the time I clear a particular seaside, and then if I feel like the video's not gone long enough, I'll try and do another one, or do another one in that video. But yeah, these are very difficult screens, and I've got no illusions about how long they may or may not take to complete. Admittedly, although they are probably the most difficult individual screens, for the most part, all the seasides, apart from a couple, I think there's one that's 4 screens and maybe one that's 5, although a couple of those screens feel like nothing screens anyway. Most of them are only 3 screens long, so yes, they are probably the trickiest screens of the game, but provided I don't have a nightmare or get ridiculously stuck anywhere, a reminder that they are only 3 screens long. So here's hoping I don't get stuck for a ridiculous amount of time. But anyway, let's just dive into the seasides and we'll see how they go. So let's kick off with Chapter 1, Forsaken City, and yeah, we'll see how we do. So we're going to cling to this, and we're going to jump off of that before it careens into those spikes up there. Nice. Although, as I said, easier said than done. Because, yeah, we're moving quite quickly, and the momentum is a bit of a thing. And that's already... Maybe I should dash up, and maybe I should try and dash up rather than actually jump then, because that will stall my momentum out. Yeah, I think that's the thing to do. So again here, yes, that's the thing to do rather than jump. Of course, by jumping, the momentum of the platform is going to carry me across. So, yes. Dashing is the order of the day here, I'd say, rather than jumping. I almost pulled off that section. The last bit there was a little bit tricky because, well, it shouldn't actually be any more tricky than the rest of it. I don't think. No, we've still got spikes on the right-hand side wall there that we're trying to avoid dashing into. So maybe I just need to dash a little bit earlier than what I had done previously. Now that is the end of that screen, by the way, as well. So once I pull off that final manoeuvre that I've died on a couple of times now. Good, that should be it. So yeah, like I said, difficult screen, but absolutely. But once you clear it, it's done, and we've only now got 2 left to go. Again, I will scroll this across just so we can see it. It's not too long, the screen actually either. But yeah, there we go. That's the screen. So we're going to dash over to here. We're going to dash over to this platform. Dash onto that. Grab that, get the momentum and crawl up there. Cling on to now this side of the block, and with momentum go over there and up there. And hey, first go for that screen, nice. So for example now, I'm going to go turn to the golden strawberry issue in a minute. I have to clear this level first before the golden strawberry actually activates, but there you go. Second screen done, first go. So if I'd kept collecting the golden strawberry, if it were available, doesn't matter how many times I died on that first screen, technically now, I am 1 screen away, obviously I'd have to do it first go, but I'm 1 screen away from pulling off a golden strawberry again. Fat chance that I'll probably do this first go, but if I do, I'm not going to say I'm going to go and replay the stage again, but if I do, and the golden strawberry had been available to me at the beginning, I would have actually got it. But I haven't finished my golden strawberry story there. I'll come back to that in a later, hopefully later on this video, if not next time, with something else on that, because oh boy, that is a story. But anyway, we've got another one of these icons where we can scroll this across. So let's see what we're dealing with here. A little bit of a longer screen, but I still don't think this is especially difficult, let's put it that way. There we go, there's my golden strawberry attempt gone though, because I failed to cling on to that. Oh well. Darn, my golden strawberry attempt is no more. So dash over to there, dash over to... not mess that up. I need to dash up to that platform. Okay, mess that up. So cling onto that, momentum up there, cling onto there, dash onto that, dash onto that, dash up there, and jump a little bit sooner than that. Okay. But yeah, I don't feel like we're pulling off, and again, because it's Chapter 1, I have to pull off any particularly epic manoeuvres or especially difficult ones. This manoeuvre here is quite tricky, actually, getting off there in time. And I don't... Well, I definitely obviously messed up there at the end by just hanging around sodding nothing, but I'm actually a little unsure. If I mess up here, I might actually use that scroller again and see what I need to do. Actually, let's pause here. Okay, no. As long as I don't. No, I need to use. I need to have my dash, so I need to use the momentum of this block while it's going back to the right in order to reach that thing, which I failed to do. Ding it. Because yes, I'm going to need my a dash at the end of that section with the block with the coin on it. There we go. So yeah, round there and dash up to there. Jump off of there. Cool. Right, tricky section here. Don't jump too high, and we're good. Cool. And there's even more ear-piercing sounds for the crystal hearts on the seaside. So yeah, I won't leave that on too long. No, again, all in all, pretty good. I think we've only been going about 5 minutes or so on there. As I said, there's only 3 screens to clear. So, and I don't think I'm much better at these than I was when I first did them. You should see the amount of deaths I took and how long it took to do that. So, for example, I actually don't feel like that would be an unreasonable golden strawberry to get. Yes, it doesn't matter how many times I die on the first screen. The second screen, frankly, is pretty straightforward by all accounts. I cleared it first go, so if I practice enough on that third screen to the point where I was comfortable with it, that's probably quite doable. I say I'm not going to bother doing it because I know where I'm going to get golden strawberries and everything, but funnily enough, the golden strawberries are probably the hardest to get on the B-sides because they are harder versions, obviously, of the A-sides, and they're still long stages, whereas C-sides, yes, they're difficult stages, but there's only 3 of them, so yeah, I actually think the B-sides, funnily enough, are the ones that would be the most difficult ones to actually get the crystals, or sorry, the golden strawberries on. But anyway, yeah, we've certainly not been going long enough to not attempt Chapter 2's seaside, so let's do that. We're in the old site. And immediately here, in fact, we don't even have to do anything particularly important on this one, so we'll dash through, we'll grip the left-hand wall there, and then dash through again. So, I mean, this is a seaside. I'll have to move here as I'm talking, because obviously, oh, that's no good. Yeah, that's no good at all. I am stuffed beyond words. I need to preserve my dash, so, or yeah, go up through the gel. In fact, there is no place for me to rest. I cannot possibly do that. Okay. But anyway, yeah, the first screen, as you clearly saw there, was pretty much a nothing thing. Yes, I had to. Oh no, and I'm screwed again. Yeah, there's no safe platform, nowhere to stand. So if I miss a dash through the gel, through the plasma or whatever, then yeah, I am stuffed. So yet again, I'm stuffed. And that one down there at the bottom, obviously, maybe I should try and go for that, like first. And apparently I missed it there. Okay, maybe not first, maybe second. Maybe I should try and. No, I can't possibly go for that first. That's the order in which I want to do that. Okay, cool, that worked out. That worked out better. If I can grab that and get out. Ah, dang it, I didn't quite get down. Unfortunately, couldn't quite. No, don't dash there. Couldn't quite get down quick enough there to ahead of bad line there. Okay, that bottom bit is going a bit better now. So okay, let's stall out a bit more at the top here. There was no need to rush that bit. I'll wait out a bit more there, and we can proceed. Nice. And as I said, because there's short screens, we're already done. And frankly, that first screen was more or less a nothing screen. For a seaside stage, that first screen is ridiculously easy. So yes, this is our last screen. I'll scroll it across because why not? Very long screen, this one, and a lot of intricate manoeuvres we're going to have to pull off. I'm going to just cancel that rather than scroll all the way back. But yeah, this one's going to be a hell of a thing, and we're going to need to make use of that ability we learnt at the Chapter 2's B-side, where we get more distance out of the plasma when we hold the jump button. So yeah, we're going to need to dash greater distances, and not apparently dash into spikes. Okay, cool. You'd think I'd know that by now, but yeah, okay. More a case. Whoa, messed that up. By diagonal dashing, still a thing. It's always going to be a thing for me in this game. Really? Okay. Believe me, we haven't got anywhere near to the hard part of this screen so far either. So yay. Okay, I need to dash horizontally there, vertically through the last one. And I need to jump or hold. Yeah, I need to jump when I'm coming out of the plasma, and not diagonal dash. But yeah, I think this is a fairly fun one. It's not. Again, I don't think this one is too difficult. That's wrong again by diagonal dashing. Yeah, I don't think this one's too difficult. Although we'll see how the rest of it goes in a moment. Right, forward dash through there, up through here, grab onto that, dash, small jump, dash, small jump, dash, small... Dang it! Ah, we were nearly there. Okay, the fact that I've got that far and not taken too long, if we can stop diagonal dashing all the bleeding time, hopefully shouldn't take too long. The final section there is probably what I would normally find the most difficult section, to be honest. The bit where this bit here, where you have to sort of small hop between the spikes here. Oh no, I haven't got a dash now, have I? So oh, I did have a dash back. Oh, I could have rectified that. The fact that I thought I couldn't rectify that just meant I just wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared in the slightest. So yeah, bugger. If I'd known I could have survived that, I'd have. Oh yeah, no. I just for some reason, I thought I'd dashed rather than jumped out of the plasma and couldn't, wouldn't be able to dash again. But apparently, I actually jumped and not dashed, but somehow I'd managed to cling to the wall. I'm a bit sort of confused on actually how that happened there, but oh well. But yeah, the sort of small hops I feel you need to pull off through here are really tricky, and unfortunately now that's twice on that very last one where I've not actually jumped. But yeah, the problem I find there is a lot of the time I jump and I actually jump too high, and I end up careening into the spikes on the ceiling. I haven't actually done that yet, but probably will at least once. No, but I didn't jump after getting through at the final one. Obviously, we have to collect all these coins or glyphs or whatever at the very end of the path. That will mean that there's a block at the... Okay, there's a block at the very end which will rise up, and we need to cling onto that, and that will be our final platform that we need in order to get through the final bit of plasma to get to the crystal heart. So yeah, that's why we're going through and collecting. Really? Collecting all these coins. Okay, I've got really far now three times actually. I'm hoping this won't take too much longer, and I won't get too frustrated with it. I mean, again, it's a very fun one. I like kind of whizzing around here with the. What the hell? I don't like that now. That's about the fourth time in a row that I've got to that point in time where I'm dying. I know I'm diagonal dashing there. I am meaning to diagonal dash, but and there I don't know what happened. But maybe I'll try. I don't know, being a little bit further over to the left-hand side there then. So I swear I've been diagonal dashing up toward the next dash refresher all the times I've successfully got through there. So, yeah, not quite sure what's going wrong now, other than the obvious of being just too close to the spikes. But why all of a sudden I'm being too close to the spikes, I'm not sure. Cool, got it. Right, let's don't mess up this, or diagonal dash at the end, or anything stupid. Cool. So yeah, you see you need to... I'll cancel that because again it's quite loud. But yeah, you need to jump off the last plasma, grab the block which rises up when you've got all the coins, and you can then use the height of that block to jump off the wall, dash through to the left hand, dash through the left, and dash through all the gel and get to the crystal heart area. Okay, 31 deaths. That's probably a few too many, frankly, given that the first screen is a gimme, and the second one's pretty easy. Although I just spent a bit of time messing up because just not getting the order in which I need to collect all the coins correctly. But again, still not bad. And again, I don't feel like I'd have to practice the third screen there quite a bit to even think about golden strawberries. But as I say, I feel like I'm talking about golden strawberries way too much now. But this will be the last time, I promise, because this is where I have my story about the golden strawberries. So basically, what happened here was. This is an incredibly, well, I was about to say difficult screen, but if I can pull it off first... Wow, you're joking me? Are you absolutely kidding me? Okay. What happened... So, back to my story. What happened here is, this was during my second run through, not my first one, thankfully. But what happened was, I got to the final area. You have to pull off those wall dash maneuvers here, by the way. But yeah, I got to the final area. I was sort of right toward the end, and I did that stupid thing with my controller, where... Dang it! No golden strawberry for me this time. Where I got to the end, and I got to the end of the last screen here. I did that stupid thing with my controller where I pressed the left and right shoulder buttons, and unfortunately reset the chapter. Now again, thankfully, I mean it's still a tricky area, so don't get me wrong. I'm still annoyed. It's still annoying to have done it, but admittedly it was only a seaside level. But yeah, I accidentally ended up pressing a button and restarting the chapter at the very last section. That was really pitting annoying, so I had to go back and redo the bloody thing. I then died countless many times on the first screen, but then would you bloody Adam and Eve it, I got through the first screen, I didn't die on the second screen, and I did the third and final screen first go. So I would have got the golden strawberry if it were collectible on Chapter 3 Seaside. I couldn't believe it. I mean, again, chance of clearing this screen first go, minimal. But yeah, I'm so disappointed about that. It would just been so much a little feather in my cap to instead I actually managed to get a golden strawberry on it. And technically I did. The only thing that was different, the only thing ultimately that meant I didn't get it was because it was the first time on my second save file that I cleared the stage, so the golden strawberry wasn't available to me at the beginning. But for all intents and purposes, I have cleared Chapter 3 Seaside without, or all the way through, not deathless, but having cleared the first screen, the second and third without dying. So technically, I think I've got a golden strawberry on Chapter 3 Seaside. But anyway, that is probably the last time I'm going to make any reference to golden strawberries because I feel like I'm doing it to death. Let's scroll this across. It's quite a long screen. And yeah, more coins to collect in order to manipulate blocks. I'm probably going to die first off here because the timing for this manoeuvre is now just going to be probably fairly awful, but I've managed to sort of get a fair way through here. The problem being that it's just not the timing I would regularly do because I tend to die quite a bit here, and yeah, the timing just works out so much better from a did it. So for instance, now if I know I set off here, I will pretty much got the timing exactly how I want it. So yeah, I don't have to muck around on the left-hand walls here anywhere near as much. So yeah, it just works out so much better. But I still managed to pull it off first go anyway, so that was still fine. So again, unless you're going to pull off some fancy manoeuvre here where you're going to like dash jump in order to get an extra distance, you're pretty much sort of reliant here on landing on Mr. Ashiro's head. Last, I wasn't far enough over the right-hand side there. Bother. That was terrible. I didn't go as fast as I could from the beginning. I got stuck on the bottom edge of the ledge and lost my momentum and yeah, screwed up. But yeah, as I say, like I'm doing again here. Right from the off, if you just go, if I just go for it, I know the timing is going to work out really nicely. But yeah, this section is interesting to say. Without being really super epic, I'm pretty much reliant here on jumping on Mr. Ashiro's head. Unfortunately, I just wasn't quite far enough to the right-hand side lot. No, that might even have been exactly how I messed up before. So, no, too early. Ding it. So, for that last bit, I'm going to again need to jump on Mr. Ashiro's head. Really? I wasn't quick enough there? Okay. Jump on Mr. Ashiro's head, which will get me my dash back, and then I can make it over to the crystal. What I do like about that last section is, ding it, that's going to need a bit of manipulation to sort out. Cool. I do like for that last bit that if you sort of mess up, unlike perhaps some of the other two, you've certainly got enough distance, or there's a dash refresher there, so you can sort of reset yourself. So for example, if I miss getting on Mr. Ashiro, I can grab that and do it again. So pretty much all the time, and that was pretty good, I'm pretty happy with how quickly that went, funnily enough. All the time I miss, what I shouldn't do there is try and wait too long. I should always perhaps try and go what I feel is a bit too early. If I go, wrong way round. I should always try and go a bit too late. If I go too early, I'm just going to probably run into Mr. Ashiro, so I'm going to fall on top of him, and into him rather than on top of him. But if I'm a bit later, it doesn't matter. I'm likely to 6 deaths. Yeah, cool. And I think I proved there that third screen's really not that bad. So yeah, I think Golden Strawberry might, yeah, hopefully you believe my story there. It's absolutely true. I wouldn't lie on that front. But yeah, what on earth was I saying? Yeah, if I jump too early, I'm liable to face plant into him. Whereas if I jump too late, if I miss him, fair enough, he's gone past me. There's a dash refresher there. I can jump back to the block and try again. So I think all the time there, you probably want to try and set off what you think may be a bit too late. Obviously, you want to jump on his head, but by setting off what you might think is a bit late, you're almost certain to miss him. And if you do miss, or if you're almost certain not to run into his face. in which case you can save yourself have another go. But if you're too early, like I was the first time I got there, then yeah, you might probably slam into your face and you'll die. So yeah, I like the fact that there's a dash refresher there. It means because they could very well not put that there, and I don't think the level would still be too evil, frankly. But the fact that it is there means I've more or less got as many goes at that last little section as I want. As I say, I think that's quite kind. I think there would have been no real qualms if they hadn't had that dash refresher there, and that you have to pull it off first go. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's a seaside level ultimately, but the fact that it's there, I think that's kind of nice. Okay, we've only been going 25 minutes, and that's 3 of them done. So yeah, let's keep going. We'll move on to chapter 4, the Golden Ridge seaside. So, whoops, that's immediately wrong. So now we're going to have to start actually pulling off quite a few of these wrong button wall sort of boost things, which again are not too bad. It's certainly not ding it. I did that wrong. You need to cling onto that wall, which are not too bad in this section because you are perfectly lined up with these green orb things or whatever to be at the perfect horizontal distance away from the thing. So if you just dash, or sorry, if you go up directly vertically out of these things, it's going to set you at the perfect place for you to do the wall boost. So yeah, no problem with the wall boost in that setting whatsoever. The screen pretty much lines you up perfectly, so unless you mistime the jump, you're almost guaranteed to get that. It's still a tricky manoeuvre, of course, the wall boost thing in of itself, if you haven't quite got the hang of it yet, but at least with an alignment point of view, you really shouldn't have to, you've really got nothing to worry about there yourself. It's not like I'm double dashing, once maybe horizontally and another time vertically to get myself in the perfect position there. No, the orb automatically lines you up. So that's appreciated. Okay, let's just dash actually from a starting standpoint there. I don't fancy curling into the spikes above me. And we'll check out this section, which unfortunately isn't too long, but we had quite a few of these sections in chapter 4. So yeah, we're playing a lot of the time we're mucking around, just basically getting on different sides of this block that's rising up. Sometimes we want to be on the left-hand side, sometimes we want to be on the right-hand side, and we'll never want to be directly on top of it. Just for reference. But yeah, thankfully this doesn't go on too long. Good. I'm on the left-hand side now and not on top of it. And there's pretty much quite a few places. I'm just landing on top of this thing way too much. There are actually, fortunately, quite a few places here where you could use the dash for the second time and be okay. So there's actually, yeah, quite a few ways you could pull this off. So for example, I could use it here, just cling onto this block as it goes to the highest it is, and just and grab on and wall jump and go to the right, and I'll still have enough stamina and whatnot to get up here. You could also just use the momentum of the block to dash back to get up to the wall on the left-hand side, and I think just pretty much just dash through without even needing to worry about the block. So yeah, it's actually quite kind there at the top there, where you've got more than one way of pulling off the dash. You don't have to do it a particular way, and again, whichever way you want to do it is absolutely fine. So that brings us to the last screen of Chapter 4, Seaside. This one is a very long one again, so once again I will use this thing to scroll along so we can see what we're doing. I won't linger here for too long. When you get sort of to the latter stage of this one's very fun. You feel like you've got the... in fact, as soon as you set off, you're going to see a clumsy death, yay. Although I did set off probably from a position where I'm not really familiar with what I need to do, because I jumped from obviously up there rather than down here, so I got a little bit caught out with the momentum and the wind and everything. But yeah, the wind is blowing a gale. It's blowing very strongly over to the right hand side, so yeah, we're going to need to use the momentum of the wind in order to get through. And the platform now that I've missed two times, possibly 3 times, that one there tends to always be one of the most difficult ones for me to actually get in. I don't know why, just the number of times the wind carries me off the right-hand edge of this thing, or I just miss it entirely, is unbelievable. The wind just seems to, catch me off guard completely here. But yeah, enough practice, and hopefully I'll get a lot better at it. And I don't know what the hell I was doing there. I don't need to dash I don't need to dash out of those orbs for the first few, so I should just let them carry me where I need to go. There again, I still landed on the cloud that time, but I still got caught off guard by the momentum, and just nowhere near where I wanted to be. So no dash there. And again, and wow, what? I felt like I actually pressed the dash button as I was literally saying no dash. Okay, let's not do that, please. I think once I get past the orb section, And again, missed that cloud. That is gonna be the thing I think that probably gets me most in this entire thing. And you just think it just looks really stupid and clumsy because there really should be nothing to that. Yeah, don't do anything there. Cool. Right, I'm just going to ride this up and then go into here. And that's bad. I need to dash diagonally there just to get a little bit of extra height on that bit. Okay. But we were at the end there. Actually, we only had a couple of little platforms that we had to. All right. Platforms we had to stand. Okay, even worse. Yeah, a couple of little platforms we had to stand on at the end. They get progressively smaller, so we have to be a bit. Oh, all right. So we have to be a bit more precise as we go. But yeah, the final section is really fun. I like the moving from platform to platform there. It's really fun. Cool, managed to do that. So yeah, once again, just hold that, diagonally dash upwards this time. And I possibly messed that up. Oh no, okay. I intended to just land on the platform there and obviously have my momentum while going along take me into the thing, but ultimately I ended up clinging to the platform. But fortunately, with my dash, I was able to not collect the heart, but I was able to ram into it, which reset my dash, which meant I could then dash into it again. So yeah, messed up a little bit at the end there. I jumped a bit too soon, or held back a little bit and didn't quite make it to the single block platform. But ultimately, it didn't matter. I was able to cling to it and still just about have the momentum and able to pull that off. So nice. I feel like I don't know quite what I want to do here. Whether or not I want to continue on and do one more. I think I will, because this one might take quite a bit of time, and I feel like some of the other ones might as well. And I feel like rather than have one shorter video here and one possibly really long video doing the last 4 seasides, we're only at about half an hour now. I'll do chapter 5 seaside as well. I feel like that should then mean I got a decent chance of being able to do 6, 7, and 8 seaside in one video without it being massively long. Whereas if I tried to do 5, 6, 7, and 8, it could. We'll obviously see how this goes, but it could be quite long. So okay, yeah, we're only at half an hour. Let's keep going. Let's do the Mirror Temple, chapter 5, seaside. And I would say this one is probably, I don't know. We'll see how it goes now. But I would say when I was doing this first off, that this would be my top 2 hardest levels, along with C7. The reason being that I still was absolutely awful at trying to pull off the wall boost gimmick, yeah, that was just, I was just having an absolute nightmare with it. And this C5 and C7 both have sections, sections where you need to ding it. I missed the refresher, where you need to use that at the ends of long sections. And you need to use them quite a lot as well. And yeah, I was just having a nightmare. I still was not at a point, anywhere near the point where I was doing well with that bar last. Where I was not doing well with that gimmick at all. And yeah, C5 and C7 use that a lot. Really? I think the momentum there of that last platform is what's screwing me over. Is what's screwing me over there. I'm obviously jumping. I feel like I'm trying not to jump too high, but again, the platform is obviously going up, and the momentum is carrying me to the spikes. But okay, I didn't cling to the left. I didn't cling to the side of the thing actually. I'd actually say this screen is probably one of the trickiest in the game as well. I had a lot of trouble with this screen normally. Let's not say normally. I'm having trouble with it now. Yeah, it's very intricate. There are, I think, quite a few ways in which you could pull this off. This is the way I've been trying to do it now. The way I like to do it. So vertical dash up to get this block. Wall jump round to hit the next block. Wall jump off of that to collect the refresher, and then lather, rinse, repeat. But there are other ways. Yeah, there are certainly other ways you can do it. Yeah, if I keep having I'm trying to think of another way of doing it. Like, for example, using like that or something. But you know, I again, where I could avoid doing that in I've just used that there. That was not what I intended to do at all. Where I could avoid doing that in tight areas, I'll probably for the better, because it's certainly doable the way I'm doing it. But yeah, it is tricky. Yeah, the first and third screens in this stage are among the most difficult in the entire game, for me at least anyway. I could probably actually No, because I'm a lot further up over the right hand side. I need to get no. Okay, let's abandon that. I thought I would just try that, but no. I clearly need to wall jump off of these areas, so I'm much further over the right hand side. So I just need to be quicker about it. That should work, provided I don't run out of stamina. Good, fine. Glad to have that done. As I say, that screen is quite tricky, and the third one is as well. This one, on the other hand, is a joke. It's almost unfailable, provided you get the momentum. All I do there is vertical dash upwards. The platform. So if I dash, you'll see what I mean. The platform on the left-hand side goes over the right hand, zooms to the right. If you jump off of it, you're going to go absolutely flying. But the platform, as you can see here, up in the top right, then is there to catch you. So if you mess up the somehow getting on the platform at the beginning and the momentum, you're likely still able to head back to the left-hand side and cling to the wall and save yourself. So yeah, from having probably two of the toughest screens for me personally in the game, in the first screen and the third screen of this stage 5 seaside, the second screen is just laughably easy in comparison. Laughably easy. I'm not sure I've ever actually died to that. It is that easy. But anyway, with such a difficult first and third screen, I'm not going to complain. But it did not feel out of place. So we've got a long section here with a lot of these red orbs. Of course, we haven't had that yet. That was a one of stage 5's main gimmicks. So yeah, we're going to have that in play now. And yeah, like I said, wall boosting. So this time we have got to line ourselves up really nicely. So yeah, this is quite difficult. This one has a lot of wall boosts. You've got to get a lot of things in the right. You've got to get position nice. You've got to get the wall boost. The wall, dashing off of the wall, set up nicely. And if you haven't, which I certainly didn't the first time I came to this, got to a point where you're good at the wall boost gimmick, then you are going to struggle immensely with this level. I'm probably still going to struggle with it here because, as I say, I still find it quite tricky to pull off. And for example, unlike Chapter 4, where I just talked about you being perfectly aligned, that's just not going to work now. But yeah, by the way, if you mess up a wall dash boost, you are pretty much stuffed. You've exhausted your you've exhausted your dash, and you've got no safe ground ultimately to stand on to refill it. So that was bad. I need to do it again. So one mess up or fail to get the wall dash boost, and you are pretty much done. Oh, damn it. But we're still not done, even by that bit. We then go back into another horizontal red orb where we have to pull it off again. So yeah, there's five areas, and I'm a bit annoyed at this point in time. Annoyed is a bit of a strong word, but I'm a bit bemused how I'm actually. I think that was the first time I messed that up actually, which is of course, and now I'm going to mess up horribly all the time. But I'm a bit I'm a bit bemused as to the fact that I'm actually going into the spikes. On the right-hand side of like this one here, if I'm actually able to pull that off, I'd have thought, well, that was pathetic. I'd have thought that if you get it, it's a sort of a kind of a assumed guarantee that you're going to clear the spike, but apparently not. That's just not good at all. I need to not be quite so far over to the right-hand side, and don't you dare. Like I said, clearing the first screen here would be the only annoyance there, not the second one, but I still don't fancy having to redo the first one, thank you. And I'd also like to get through this entire Let's Play without actually accidentally resetting a chapter. Yeah, this one, caused me next to no end of frustration. No, too low there. The other thing about this is you have a lot of little time. But let's just rephrase that. Yeah, that. What? Why? I feel like if you get the wall boost there, it should pretty much be a guarantee to clear that spike. But apparently not. And again there, I felt like I was a bit clumsy on that one. I was a bit further over to the left-hand side there. I felt like I actually caught the bottom a bit much of the bottom of the block there, so that one I can sort of understand, but that was just obviously again way too far to the left. But yeah, some of those manoeuvres where I'm clipping the top of the spikes, I'm a bit disappointed that it's actually doing that. That's just again too low. But yeah, when you get past all this, or get past the sections that I'm having the most trouble on the moment, you've got no time to, like, you know, stop and pause or reset yourself or anything. You go straight into another red orb. You've got to pull off yet another one of these manoeuvres. That's probably very tricky to pull off because you haven't got. It's a very short journey. Can we please? Yeah, cool. To pull that off, and yeah, I tried taking a shortcut there. Let's not do that. Yeah, it's definitely possible to bypass those set of spikes by going over to the right-hand side, but again, you probably need really good positioning and timing on that one. Ding it. So, and possibly, you know, I was about to say more momentum than I'm going to get, but I'm not quite sure how I'd get less momentum. But yeah, there is a shortcut you can take there. Let's maybe not try and do that. Yeah, again. Probably don't know why I attempted that. I'm again nowhere near, I'd say, skilled at this game to be trying to take liberties and unnecessary shortcuts on seaside stages. So yeah, next time we get there, we'll head to the left. We'll head to the left and get in the orb and do it that way. But yeah, I think maybe not the first screen. I don't know if that sort of took too long, but yeah, I think it's clearly evidence that this has been the screen so far, this video, that's been the most difficult, as indeed I pretty much knew it would be. This was the one also that made me think, okay, I want to try. I've only been going half an hour. Let's try and do this now, because hopefully it's not going to take ridiculously long, so that this video doesn't go on too long. But ultimately, if I do have a nightmare on it, then I'm not doing it at the same time as I'm doing Chapter 6, 7 and 8 Seaside. So yeah, this screen was fundamentally the reason why I thought, okay, let's try and do this now rather than next time, because frankly I don't want to sort of get to a point where I clear Chapter 5, 6 and 7 Seaside, let's say, but the video has been going on so long that I've only got like one stage left. That seems a bit of a pointless last video to have, so yeah, unless I have an absolute nightmare on the other screens, I think we'll clear this now, hopefully. No, too low. And then, yeah, next time will be the last part, and we'll hopefully get to do Seaside 6, 7 and 8. But yeah, man, is this difficult. And it's not even necessarily the wall jump boost that's giving me the problems at the moment. It's sort of, well, hopefully nothing like that happens here. It's, yeah, not getting enough horizontal distance to clear the spikes, or just pulling off this manoeuvre and not landing on the spike on the left-hand wall there, because yeah, that seems to be another thing that's causing me a lot of problems. I didn't think it wouldn't cause problems, because like I said, it's a tricky section, but that's nowhere near good enough either. I cannot get the second one there with the moving platform wall jump very well at all there. Yeah, I don't believe. Well, me maybe not. Possibly it is possible to pull off that manoeuvre if you sort of expend your dash there and are able to get up there. I probably couldn't do it, but it probably is possible. But okay, that felt better. But I messed that up. So yeah, I'm just going way too low, or not getting anywhere near enough over to the right hand side as soon as I need to, which is causing me to go too low to be able to pull off this manoeuvre. Thank you. Okay, left, cling on there. Right, let's not mess this up, please. Okay, dash up there. Please grab that. Yes, cool. Okay, like I said, the last bit there is actually kind of fun and not too tricky. I mean, I died there quite a bit on the first time because it all comes quite quickly and I didn't quite know what I was doing. But when that bit at the end there is rather fun. You're just sort of relying on the dash refreshers, no more of the wall boost gimmick, no more of the red orbs, and other than the very first one, but it just takes you horizontally and you're fine. But yeah, that bit's actually really fun at the end and not too difficult. The only difficulty on that bit comes where you panic because the rest of the screen is so difficult, or of course you're unfamiliar with it. But yeah, once you get there, I think that last little section is yeah, pretty straightforward and pretty fun. Cool. Chapter 5, Seaside. Heart collected, and I think that's actually a very good time from a length of video point of view. So yay! With a bit of an outro, we might get up to about 45 minutes or so, but I think that's pretty nice. I imagine that's easily the one I've died the most on so far, up to 67. But yeah. I'm pretty pleased with that. I think if you told me I'd clear 5 Seaside stages in one video, then I think again I'd happily take that. Plus, of course, the Golden Strawberry collect for clearing Chapter 1A side without dying. So yeah, I think some fairly decent progress there. Yay. Very happy with that, and yeah, provided I don't have a nightmare on any of the next stages, I think next time will be the end of it. The only things left to do are the last 3 remaining seasides, so chapter 6, 7, and 8. 6 isn't really that bad. 7 could go terribly, and 8 is a bit hit and miss as well. It could go really well, or it could go quite badly. But I don't think. Hopefully, fingers crossed, 6 shouldn't be too much of an issue. 7 probably will be, and 8 could go either way. But yeah. I'm still optimistic I can get through those 3 stages in one video. So yeah, next time I think will likely be the end of this Let's Play, which is sad in a way because I cannot speak highly enough of this game. It is absolutely flipping phenomenal. Yeah, I've enjoyed doing this so much, and yeah, hopefully that continues through the last part, and I don't all of a sudden get ridiculously pissed off. So yeah, I'll leave it there, and hopefully next time will be the final part, and hopefully you'll join me for that. But until then, cheerio.